Will the clerk please call the first case?
Supreme Court case number CRA 24-009, People of Guam Plaintiff Appellee v. Gregorio Trio de Marquez Jr., Defendant Appellant. Appearing for Defendant Appellant is Attorney Peter C. Perez. Appearing for Plaintiff Appellee is Attorney Christine Santos Tenorio. The panel consists of Chief Justice Robert J. Torres, Associate Justice F. Philip Carbolito, and Associate Justice Catherine A. Merriman.
Mr. Perez and Ms. Tenorio, the reply brief is due today. There are no pending motions. You've heard the name of the panel as constituted. Are there any objections to the panel as constituted or the date and time of oral argument, which is May 14th at 10 a.m.? Mr. Perez?
No objection to either, Your Honor.
Ms. Tenorio?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you both. And you both are excused if you would like to leave now.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Will the clerk please call the next case?
Supreme Court case number CVA 24-013, Kamlesh K. Hamlani, individually and derivatively in the name of and on behalf of Roddy Puran Trust, Plaintiff Appellant, v. Manu and Anita Melwani, Jethmal K. Melwani, Ishwar P. Hamlani, Vinod I. and Yogita V. Hamlani, Roddy P. Hamlani Estate, Paramanand Melwani Estate, Roddy's Foundation, Roddy Puran Trust, Roddy Family Trust, Pacific Rainbow Inc., Safety First Systems Inc., Pacific American Title Insurance and Escrow Company, Vasudev B. Hamlani, PD Hamlani Foundation Limited, Chitra Hamlani, Sonia Hamlani, Padi Daryanani, and Does 1 through 95 defendants appellants. Appearing for plaintiff appellant is Thomas McKee Tarpley. Appearing for defendants appellees is Louis J. Yanza. The panel consists of Chief Justice Robert J. Torres, Associate Justice F. Philip Carbolito, and Associate Justice Catherine A. Merriman.
And Mr. Mann, who are you appearing here on behalf of?
Just about everybody else, starting with Manu and Anita Melwani. Everybody except the Roddy Puran. Everybody except the Roddy Puran Foundation, PDHF, and Vashi Hamlani.
Okay, and Mr. Jacob?
Good morning, Chief Justice. I represent Vasudev Hamlani, also known as Vashi Hamlani, and the PD Hamlani Foundation.
Okay. And then Mr. Yanza, which of the defendant appellees are you representing?
I represent Roddy Puran Foundation, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Mann and the appellee's briefs are due April 16th. Do you intend to file briefs, Mr. Mann?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And as you as well, Mr. Jacob?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So the appellee's briefs are due on April 16th. Mr. Tarpley, your reply brief will be due 14 days after service of appellee's brief. There are no other pending motions. We had one pending motion that the court disposed of last week. And you heard the panel as constituted, myself, Justice Merriman, and Justice Carbolito, an oral argument on May 16th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Any objection to the panel as constituted or the date and time of oral argument, Mr. Tarpley?
None whatsoever, Chief
All right.
Justice.
Mr. Yanza?
None, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Mann?
No objection, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jacob?
No objection, Your Honor, except I will be physically present for a graduation that in New York at Fordham on May 16th, and I was wondering if the court would allow me to appear virtually.
Is there any objection to having Mr. Jacob appear virtually, Justice Carbolito?
I have no objection.
And Justice Merriman?
I have no objection.
How do you intend to allocate the time amongst the appellees? Have you talked about that between yourselves?
I have not spoken with Mr. Mann or Mr. Jacob about allocation, Your Honor, but I guess I will be speaking to them soon.
All right. Well, you can discuss that allocation, and please file with the court in advance how you intend to split the time. Mr. Tarpley, did you want to be heard on something?
Yes, thank you, Chief Justice. I just have a comment about the briefings that we just discussed. That this appeal arises out of a Superior Court motion filed and signed by Mr. Louis Yanza for Roddy's Foundation on an issue particular only to the foundation, not to the other defendants who did not sign or argue the motion nor file briefs in the Superior Court. And with this indication that they now want to file appellate briefs, am I required to reply to 3 briefs? And am I required to orally argue 1 against 3 attorneys on Mr. Yanza's motion that was granted?
If you believe that it's inappropriate for the other appellees to file an appellee's brief, you can file a motion, either to strike or to do what you deem is appropriate. And we'll leave it up to you to determine based on the court's disposition of that motion or what the briefs are filed by the appellees, how you wish to proceed with answering them in a reply brief. The time, as far as the argument is concerned, the time will not be expanded. There'll only be 30 minutes for each side, so they'll have to allocate that time amongst themselves.
Okay. I only say this, out of fairness, Mr. Yanza has been the lead counsel on this issue that's under the appeal, and I just don't know what the court's prior procedure would be to allow more than 1 lead counsel for an appellee or the appellees.
Usually when there's multiple appellees, they're entitled to file briefs or join in the briefs that are filed by another appellee. We generally, in the absence of extenuating circumstances or specific requests, do not expand the time for oral argument on behalf of the appellees, and they'll have to split their time accordingly.
Understood, Chief Justice. Thank you.
All right. All right. If there's no further questions or matters before the court will now stand adjourned. Thank you very much, counsels.
Thank you, Your
Your
Honor.
Honors.
Thank you.